I'm on my.
Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. I'm Saba Hocek.
Now, Victoria. Well,
and we're from Self Empowered Minds. Today, we're going to be talking about, of course, 15 minutes to a stronger intuition, but the focus is going to be on what are the questions that we should ask and how to ask them, how to get the answers. So that's where we are today. So let's start off with Victoria, you have a sort of different approach than I do.
yeah.
So if somebody is coming to you and what is the type of question that they may be asking, and how do you approach getting that answer?
Most of the time, people come to me because they have a medical concern or it's an emotional concern. But, when they come to see me, they want me to read essentially their physical body because they either have ongoing complaints that they're not feeling well and they don't know where it is. And so what I have to do, I just close my mind off because I don't really want any internal conversation in my mind. And then, so what I do is I just close my thoughts off, take a deep breath, and just sort of scan their body with my hands and just let any information come in. Because if I have some sort of internal conversation, I'm not going to be open to sensing whatever's going on in their body, or emotionally for that matter. But in a different sense. Now, I worked with animals for most of my adult life, rehabilitating victims of abuse and cruelty. There, I had a different experience with intuitive messages and questions that I had pertaining to those dogs. So many times I was faced with dogs with severe behavior issues, whether they were fearful to the point where they didn't let anybody touch them, or maybe they were defensive and they wouldn't let anybody touch them, and maybe they're growling. Then what I would do to sort of, no textbook behavior resource would give you the answer as to how to deal with these dogs and make them better. So what I did a lot of times was I would, before meditating in the morning, I would ask the question, how do I get this dog to approach me, or to allow me to approach this dog? And then I would meditate. Right after I'd meditate, boing, this light bulb went off, and it'd say, you have to bring another dog up to the other dog, and then it'll approach you, because then it will see something familiar that makes them comfortable. So that's how these intuitive.
And what would you do in the case of, okay, that's one thing if you knew that you were going to be seeing that dog.
Mm-hmm.
But what if I walk in with this dog or myself that is without any warning, without an opportunity to do that meditation?
Yeah.
And saying, I'm just feeling off. I don't feel myself. I'm very, I get agitated very easily. What are your suggestions, or what is your approach at that point?
Well, the thing is that I get intuitive messages through my hands. So if, say, you are a client, you're coming to me and you're saying that you're off, or you're bringing your dog to me because your dog is feeling off or is anxious or something, and you want to know the root of the problem, I run my hands over you and I'm going to say, you are off because in this area, I sense that you're anxious. And in this area, I sense that you are having communication issues. And in this area, you're in a relationship where you're having communication issues. And you put them all together, and that's your problem. You're in a bad relationship that's making you anxious.
And you know what? I'm going to stop you there because I think that's the part that I feel a lot of people fail to do. They get the messages. They're getting, they may have a dream, they may get this tidbit, that tidbit, but they're not putting it together. You gotta put it together like a story. which is what Victoria is doing here. So what she's doing is saying, okay, this is block, I'm feeling stress here, I'm feeling blockages there, I'm feeling a communication issue. She is putting that all together and creating this story. And I really feel that that's a big part that what I see at least people are missing. People will come to me and they'll say, I had this intuitive moment or I had this dream, but they're not linking them together.
Yeah.
Now, my approach is different. Yeah, I'll do some of that and just feeling the reading the body and picking up the story from there. But the majority of the time when people are coming to me for an intuitive reading, they're coming to me with either I'm looking at their coffee cup, in which case I'm going to look and see events that are about to take place or have taken place. Or I'm doing an intuitive reading where I'm just listening to what I feel inside my body. And I'll also be using my pendulum, which again is just a weighted object at the bottom of a chain or a string. So what's important for me in this case is to peel away at finding the answer. So when you ask yourself, let's just say hypothetically, should I move? Well, if that's a thought that's coming to mind and there may be an opportunity or whatever the case is, but you're torn as to whether you should move or not, you want to first ask yourself then, is moving going to be beneficial for me? We just lost internet connection. We're both like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Is it beneficial? And I look at it I'll pick it up in a few different ways. One is just to sit quiet for a moment and think about that. How does that feel? Is this beneficial for me to move? And feel it in your body. The gut will tell you a lot. If it feels nervous, does it feel relaxed? Does it feel like a knot? Each one of those is giving you a different answer. You may go and ask your pendulum. So again, you just close your eyes and ask, would moving be a good thing for me? And you wait to see the answer. And let's say it's swaying front to back, which generally means yes. If you're not sure, then what you always do is start off by asking a question that you are certain of the answer. So, is my name Saba? It'll sway right up front to back. Is my name Jerome? It'll sway left to right. Okay, now I know what a right yes and no is. So I would ask the question, is the move beneficial? And then start digging down. If it says, let's say, yes, is there anything I need to do in order to make this a good move? So just because it's good, it doesn't mean that that's an end all. You want to see what it is that you need to do to make it the best possible.
You know what? I want to add something. It's kind of like if any of you have ever done something called manifesting, where you put something that you want to come to fruition into sort of like a present tense intention sort of thing. Like, I have peace of mind. I have I'm in a relationship and I'm extremely happy. So it's like you're stating it out loud as if it's happening with intention behind it. If you're not really specific with it, anything can happen. So you have to be careful what you wish for. You could say, I have $1 million, but that could mean that you have $1 million because $1 million stolen dollars have landed on your doorstep. You know, you need to be specific, and that's the way you need to be when you are sort of asking questions to gain intuitive insight. So, as I said, like if I were working with dogs or something, you have to be specific and say, how can I help this dog to take one step forward towards me to get out of its kennel because it's scared? You know, not be very vague about things, and like either a light bulb will come, you know, will pop up, and you'll get like the idea is that these intuitive thoughts might be extremely crazy, and you're like, this is not going to work. For instance, I was working with this blind dog, very old blind dog, extremely fearful, right? And I said, give me an idea to work with this dog who will not take one step out of its kennel. And boing, this really odd intuitive message came to me. Put a roasted chicken on a remote control car so the dog could smell the chicken and we would drive it. And you know, this is not something that's in a textbook where you get it out from like a behavior resource. And honest to God, the thing worked. And this dog started walking, didn't walk out of the kennel for weeks. So these are the things, be very specific with it, and you'll get some, might be a crazy idea, but an effective idea, you know?
Also, asking the question just before going to sleep is very helpful, because the conscious mind will be asleep while you're sleeping, but the subconscious mind is not. And the subconscious mind always wants to find the answer to any question that's posed. So it'll be working on your answer as you're sleeping. And that's why very often you'll wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I have the solution. And that's because your subconscious was working on it.
Yeah. And that's why it's really important to write or record your dreams if they're super vivid.
Yeah. So again, what you want to do is just like peeling away at an onion, and I always repeat that, it's keep on asking the questions. Break it down so that you're getting clear answers. Not just, am I going to meet the man of my dreams, or am I going to have the perfect job? But be really specific and find out what you need to do in order to make that happen.
Oh, and one more thing that I wanted to bring up. In order to really clear your mind and get the, you know, really clear your energy, there's some things that you can do when you're trying to develop your intuition. The way that you eat and like things that vitamins and minerals that you can take really do enhance your brain power and help clear your system. You know that exercise is really important just to get all the anxiety out of your body. So whether you choose to do something like yoga or just any form of exercise to decrease anxiety, but also supplements are really good.
Yep. B complex is very good. There's, melatonin helps too. You don't want to do too much of that, by the way. You just, never more than a month at a time.
You'll be having crazy dreams. You'll be right.
But it's good for being able to have very vivid dreams.
Yeah. And also omega-3.
Yes.
Because that's a really good brain booster as well. And just be conscious of what you eat. And when you start like developing your intuition, you will eat intuitively as well. You will know what your body needs as far as nutrition goes. What's going to make you feel better when you're not feeling so great. So yeah.
So we'll see you next week, Tuesday at 5:00. If you have any topics that about intuition that you'd like us to answer, just go ahead and comment, and we'll be happy to do so.
Yeah. See you guys later.
See you. And if you have any questions, just go on to selfempoweredminds.com.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.